Today, we're diving into a story that has touched millions of hearts. Ravinder Singh's debut novel, I Too Had a Love Story. Now, this isn't fiction. It's a true tale of love, hope, and an absolutely devastating loss that all begins with a very simple question. It's a question a lot of us have probably thought about, right? Especially in our super connected world. I want you to just keep this question in the back of your mind, because it is the heart and soul of the modern love story we're about to get into. And this is pretty much what's going on in the mind of our protagonist, Robin, and all his friends. They're doing well in their careers, they're enjoying their freedom, but you know how it is. That gentle and sometimes not so gentle push from family and friends towards marriage is getting stronger. The pressure to find the one is definitely on. So, for our guy Revin, the search for a partner begins. But it doesn't start in a cafe or through a friend's introduction. No, his search kicks off in a very 21st century way, online. All right, so let's meet Raveen. He's a software engineer, totally focused on his career. But after a lot of convincing from his friends, he kind of reluctantly agrees to give it a shot and makes a profile on Shaadi.com, which, as you probably know, is one of India's biggest matrimonial sites. So Raven jumps in with high hopes, thinking he'll find an instant connection. But the reality, well, it was a whole lot of nothing. Ignored messages, paywalls to even start a conversation. It's that familiar cycle of getting your hopes up and then feeling disappointed, which I think a lot of us can relate to. He was so close to just giving up, ready to hit that delete profile button and call it a day. But then, a single notification popped up. And in that one moment, believe me, his entire world was about to change. The message was from a girl named Kushi, and her name, literally means happiness. Talk about a sign, right? And that one message was the little spark that was about to start a huge fire. And from there, things just took off. I mean, we're talking lightning speed. That first message turned into a phone call, which was just filled with easy laughter. And that soon became a daily thing, hours-long conversations. Through their phones, they were building this incredibly deep emotional bond, and they were falling in love, without ever having even seen each other. Even Ravin himself couldn't believe it. This was not at all how he pictured finding the one. It was totally unconventional, completely digital, but somehow it felt more real and more powerful than anything he had ever felt before. And their connection went way deeper than just hobbies and laughs. In one conversation, Kushi mentioned she'd prefer a partner who doesn't drink. Now, Ravin was a social drinker, but he made her a simple promise. If you become my life partner, I'll give it up. And this small gesture of respect, it was huge. It completely solidified the trust between them. So they've built this amazing world online, right? Their love story was beautiful, but now it was time for the biggest test of all, taking their connection from the screen and into the real world. After months of these incredible phone calls, the big day finally arrives. Ravin gets on a plane to Delhi. Can you just imagine the butterflies? That mix of pure excitement and nervousness, thinking, is the person I meet going to be the same person I fell in love with over the phone? And their first meeting, oh, it was just perfect. It had that little bit of charming awkwardness at first, a shy handshake, but underneath it all, the chemistry was instant. It was undeniable. They joked around, and they even discovered they were coincidentally wearing the same colors. It just confirmed everything they already felt. The connection was real. From that point on, their story just felt like a fairy tale coming to life. Ravin had to go to the US for a long work trip, but it didn't weaken their bond one bit. They told their families, who were absolutely thrilled and gave their blessings. And when he came back to India, Kushi surprised him with this beautifully decorated hotel room. Everything was perfect. They started planning their engagement, just buzzing with happiness. Their future looked so perfect. A clear path to forever. But life has a way of writing the most cruel and unexpected twists. And just when everything seemed set, their joy was about to be completely shattered. I mean, think about it. They had found each other, their families were on board, they were making plans. It really felt like nothing could possibly stand in their way. But that's the thing about life, isn't it? It's so fragile. Just a few days before their engagement ceremony, while they were sorting out the final details, Ravin received a phone call, a call that would just stop his world from spinning. The news was just brutal and direct. Kushi had been in a terrible car accident. The cab driver was killed instantly, and she was in the ICU, fighting for her life. And just like that, the celebration they were so excited about turned into a terrified vigil. The dream became an absolute nightmare. This is the final, heartbreaking chapter of their story together. Raveen rushed to the hospital, feeling completely powerless. The days that followed were just this awful blur of hope and crushing despair. He's at her bedside, watching her fight, seeing little glimmers of hope that would just get extinguished. And then late one night, a call came from Kushi's father. The fight was over. She was gone. The cruel irony of it all is just unbearable. The very home that should have been filled with the joyous sounds of an engagement party was now silent, draped in sorrow. The celebration became a funeral. Their beautiful love story was just left unfinished. And this powerful quote from Ravin really says it all, doesn't it? It captures that profound, endless pain of being the one left behind. The love that was once the source of so much happiness became a memory that brought a daily death of the heart. Their story is such a powerful, heartbreaking reminder that true love can be found in the most unexpected ways, but also just how incredibly fragile that happiness can be. If this explainer moved you, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. Thank you so much for joining me today.